Good evening guys. Today we will have some questions which is very much related to OTET, CTET, TRT, JTET also. Jharkhand Teacher Eligibility Test. So very quickly we will discuss 35 questions with answers. So first number, what does English requires for users? Inner competence, willingness, interest, all of the above. Friends, the answer is all of the above because it needs inner competence, willingness, interest as well. Okay, otherwise it is not possible also to learn English. Question number 2. Multilingualism is a dash in Odisha. Failure, resources, defect, all of the above. Friends, multilingualism is a resource for us. Why it is a resource? Because if you know more than one language, it will help to learn other language also. You know, in Odisha we have 62 tribal languages and many local languages also. Right? So if you know different type of language, that will help in learning and acquiring the skills of other languages. A person with a poor eyespan cannot pause, cannot scan, cannot read with an average speed, none of these. Friends, the answer is cannot read with an average speed. As we know, an adult must read at least 230 words to 260 words per minute. We call it as a WPM, words per minute. So the answer is cannot read with an average speed. The act of following direction given orally deals with reading skill, writing skill, listening skill, speaking skill. Yes? Okay, the answer is listening skill. Go there, come here, take left, go right, like this. Scribbling is a stage of dash, reading, writing, speaking, listening. The answer is writing. Scribbling is the first stage of writing. Normally the young kids write here and there, write on the sand, okay, scratch something with fingers. Question number 7. Which of the following is natural and informal in language? Language learning, language applied, language acquisition, language formation. The answer is language acquisition. And you know what is acquisition, what is applied and what is learning. If you want, give me your views or you can ask and I will elaborate in my next video. An effective pathway in language learning begins with preparing a list of reading materials, inspiring students through various tasks, presentation of reading context, writing on the blackboard. Okay, the answer is inspiring students through various tasks, whether listening or speaking or reading or writing. It is very important for the teachers to make such type of interesting activities so that the students will be inspired to participate. And if a child participates, that does mean that he learns. Okay, next question. Nitesh, a 4-year-old child, understanding grammatical rules or without giving attention to them also, learns the language. Language acquisition, language learning, language development, language competence. Tell me the answer. Okay, the answer is language acquisition, which is very natural. In language acquisition, he does not know the grammar, but he understands and he can use that in his day-to-day life. Question number 10. Every human child is gifted with a language system, namely LAC, LAD, LAP, none of the above. Yes, this is LAD, language acquiring devices. It's a natural instinct, I can say. It's a natural ability of the child which governs him to learn the language. This is very important. LAD. Okay. Language acquisition is a days process and language learning is a days process. Artificial, natural, natural, artificial, natural, natural, artificial, artificial. Now questions are coming in this way also. Yes, the right answer is natural. That means language acquisition is a natural process, but language learning is an artificial process. Question number 12. English is treated as a library language because it is key to the librarians to find the books. Only librarian uses this language. It is used in library. None of the above. Can you guess the answer? The answer is none of the above. We cannot say like this. Okay, it's library language because there are huge numbers of books in library, and that gives huge knowledge to the human being, and for that purpose we call English as a library language. Question number 13. Graphic aspects deals with spoken form of language, sound system of language, written form of language, and grammar of language. The answer is written form of language. As you know, graph is always related to the script, and when I write like this, the all principles related to writing is called a graphic aspects of language. Okay. Question number 14. Writing ability can be best assessed through role play, dictation, guided writing, composition. Friends, the right answer is composition. Though guided writing is also a composition, but it comes under. There is guided composition and free composition. And it can be best assessed composition. If you say composition, guiding writing comes under it. The productive skills are listening and speaking, listening and writing, reading and writing, speaking and writing. Normally the answer is speaking and writing, because the learner produces, whether in oral or in written form, he produces, right? Role playing develops the skills of speaking, listening, speaking and listening, reading. The answer is speaking and listening. Okay? Why? Because when you do some role, you perform a role. At that time you listen to your co-actor, right? And you speak your own dialogue. Okay, so therefore in role play, both listening and speaking has a role. What type of communication is most common in English? Satellite communication, cell phone communication, verbal communication, newspaper communications. All are very much related to English communication, but the most is verbal communication. That means whether cell phone, you use cell phone, or by conversation or by face-to-face interaction, all comes under verbal. Question number 18. Handwriting of a beginner requires uniform stroke, capitalization, punctuation, all of these. This is uniform stroke. Normally, when we call of writing, all 3 points are necessary, but here the question is handwriting of beginners. Right? Here we focus on uniform strokes, size of the letter, shape of the letter. Right? After that, capitalization, punctuation will come. So the right answer is uniform stroke. Which statement is not true about English? English is a global language. English is a link language. English is a second language. English is a foreign language in India. The right answer is English is a foreign language. We have discussed in my previous video how it's a second language. It's not called as foreign language. German, Chinese, these are foreign language in India, because we see a lot of English in our environment. Normally the illiterate people in our society also speaks English. Therefore, you should not call English as a foreign language, rather it's a second language accepted by the Constitution of India. Which statement is true about English? English is the most widely spoken language in the world. English is not at the center of all international language. English is used only in central government offices. English as a second language is not available in environment. See this. What is asked? Which statement is true about English? Okay, got it? See the answer. English is the most widely spoken in the language. Others are not correct about English. English is not at the center of all international language. We can say that. We cannot say that. English is used only in central office. In our office also we use English. English as a second language is not available. English as a second language is available in our environment. So these are some of the tricky questions you can be asked in your exam. So try to understand the purpose of the question and theme of the question. After that, give your opinion or choose the right option. Okay. Question number 21. Which is not correct about language acquisition? It's linear. It progress from whole to part. It's an unconscious process. It's a natural process. What is the question asked? Which is not correct about language acquisition? So the right answer is linear. The progression of language acquisition is linear, spiral, linear and spiral. None of these. Spiral. In the previous question we have discussed how it is spirally go. It goes like this. You can see this. Language progression is go like this. It could be linear. It will go like this. Okay. So the right answer is spiral. Which of the following is not correct? Children learn better when they are inspired to learn English. Rote learning is necessary to learn English. Children learn English in a better way in collaboration with each other. Exposure to English in early grade is prime sources of language acquisition. Again see the question, the stem of the question. Which of the following is not correct? So the right answer is rote learning is necessary to learn English. Do you think that it is very necessary for learning English? No. I have given such type of questions here because you will find a lot of option for other questions also. You can find different question from one question. That means here you can understand what is correct about English. Okay? A, C, D all are correct. You can make number of questions from these distractors. Okay, so rote learning is necessary to learn English is not correct. An effective and meaningful language learning begins with ear training and tongue twisting, inspiring students through various tasks, presentation of the reading context, writing on the blackboard. The right answer is ear training and tongue twisting. When we start learning a language, the most focus should be on ear training and tongue twisting. That means opening the mouth of the children. After all these things will come, inspiring students to various tasks, presentation of reading in context, writing on the blackboard. These will come, but effective, meaningful learning will be started only where you can focus on ear training and tongue twisting. Question number 25. Which one of the following is not true of language learning? Is not true of language learning. Reading is for meaning making. Grammatical rules are important for learning a language. Language learning helps other subjects to understand, and language learning needs a context. The right answer is grammatical rules are important for learning a language. Even without knowing grammar, a 2-year, 3-year child can speak beautiful, speak correctly. So, grammatical rules are not much important. English as a link language connects language, people and language, people and countries. The right answer is people as well as language. Suppose you are from Odisha, your friend from Kerala, right? So the language will connect both Kannada and Odia, and both connect The people of Kerala and people of Odisha. Language is a dash, content based subject, theme based subject, skill based subject, none of these. This is a skill based subject, this is not a content based subject. We focus on skills, not the content which is given there. Arrangement of ideas is required. I repeat, arrangement of ideas is required for dash. Listening and speaking, speaking and writing, reading and writing, none of these. The right answer is speaking and writing. As you know, speaking and writing are productive skills. And when you speak or you write, you have to arrange the idea. After that, your writing or speaking will be convergent with others, meaningful. Next question. English language continues to play an important role in India. What is or are the reason behind it? English is the language for commerce. Proficiency in English is the marker of a dignified and distinct personality. English is used as a medium of instruction. D. A, B, C. Okay, the right answer is A, B, C. That means all the three aspects are related to the above stem of the questions. Right? English is a language for commerce. If you have proficiency, you will have a different personality in the society. And basically, it is used as a medium of education. Which of the following is not a learner-related factor in second language acquisition? Age, health, intelligence, aptitude. The right answer is health. This is not related to health. Question number 31. English literacy is key to participating, succeeding in democratic society, global economy, and all of these. The right answer is participating. That means this means you will participate in different occasions in your private life to your professional life. This is very necessary. So the base is participating. After that you can say that succeeding in democratic society or global economy. Okay, key to means participating. Which is correct about skills? Skills are interdependent, skills are independent, skills are to be remembered, none of these. Skills are interdependent. Listening, speaking, we call it as a fourfold skills or related to each other. Sentences are to be practiced fast. Words are to be practiced fast. Writing should be started with penmanship. None of the above. The stem is which is correct about writing skill. The correct answer is writing should be started with penmanship. Penmanship means we call it as a mechanics of writing that for the beginners we start with. When the child is trained to how to hold the pen, how to start writing, how to draw strokes, all these things related to penmanship, or in other words, we call it as mechanics of writing. So, when we start writing, we have to focus on penmanship. Okay, question number 34. Language has four major skills. Which skills are the primary skills? Listening and reading, speaking and writing, reading and writing, speaking and listening. The answer is speaking and listening, because language is primarily oral. First of all, you have to focus on listening and speaking. After that, you will go for reading and writing. Therefore, speaking and listening or listening and speaking are called as primary skills. Question number 35. Which of the following is not a component of reading skill? See the simple questions and make requests. Guess the meaning of word in context. Locating main idea and supporting ideas. Make inference. Right answer is see these simple questions and make request. which of the following is not a component of reading skill? Okay, not a reading skill. So thank you friends. Thank you very much. But I will request, when I am asking such type of questions, please take your pen and paper, and when I ask the questions, put your answer mark. After that, see how far you have mastery over the question discussed on that day. So lastly, I will again request, please like, comment and share. And if you are new to my channel, please subscribe it. You will get notification for different questions I am giving to you. Thank you. Namaskar.